Alright, y'all already know the drill. My monitor's right here. We're gonna react to the 6.2 live stream, minus the story trailer, because I always like going into the story blind. So we're gonna look at everything here. So before I get started, what do I know about this live stream? Well, obviously I know Durin Yahuda is gonna be there. I've heard that there's gonna be like a new Hexenzirkel buff or whatever. And then there's a new overworld boss, but other than that, I don't know. And I'm assuming Alice is gonna play a role in the story now. I've also heard that, like, I think Alice has like an in-game model in the story now, so we'll have to see. But yeah, let's get started. I'm obviously not gonna watch all of this 51 minutes. I'm just gonna skip around. You know how I always do these things. I've already put these two quests in the spreadsheet, so I'll be streaming that on December 5th. Okay, here we go.
He is. And since his soul originated from Mini Durin, in addition to the power of the Abyss, he also possesses a power.
I wonder if we're going to see M. But the Hexenzirkel witch I want to see the most is B, Mona's master.
That comes from fairy tales.
If you didn't know, Mona is my favorite character in the entire game.
Two different powers?
That's right. And because of that, he also has two distinct combat styles.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm jealous.
Yo, nice.
So, after casting his elemental skill, Durin can freely choose which power to use. So, if you tap his normal attack after unleashing his skill, Durin will enter the Denial of Darkness state and channel his aggressive side.
Whoa.
Using this elemental burst in this state will increase his own vaporize and melt reaction damage while periodically dealing pyro damage to a nearby enemy.
Oh, cool.
Now, if you tap his elemental skill again after casting it, Durin will instead enter the Confirmation of Purity state, focusing more on supporting his companions. Using his elemental burst in this state will periodically deal damage to nearby enemies while decreasing their pyro resistance.
Oh.
He can also reduce certain elemental resistances by triggering corresponding reactions.
Dang.
Yeah,
cool.
it's a lot.
And it looks like his elemental burst animation changes depending on what state he's in. In the light
Kazuha
state,
is still the
it's like a
coolest
painting,
character in the
and
game, bro.
stars look like the ones in Simulanka.
So
But in the
pretty.
dark state, it looks like the dragon's power takes over and he's gearing up to annihilate his enemies.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah, you know, the way he changes states reminds me of how Nilou changes dance steps. It all really depends on what you do after using his elemental skill.
Oh, yeah. Which means his kit
Rare
can be
Mona
adapted
gameplay,
for
you love to see it.
multiple kinds of scenarios.
That's insane.
On one hand, he can fight against groups of enemies while shredding elemental resistance for his party members. But on the other, the magic...
Damn. There's even a story quest on top of all this shit? Gosh, damn. I think I might do this one, actually. It's been a very long time since I did a story quest. The last time I did a story quest was Sijuin back in Fontaine. Damn. That was 2 years ago.
known as
It's been so long.
This quest is a bit different from traditional story quests.
The hell is this?
Ooey creation. And it looks like it's got
What is this? Is this another one of, what's her name? Sandrone's creations?
some serious firepower. Information.
Wait, what's going on with Venti?
Gosh, I was just given a recap. Okay,
Okay.
this is the new part. If the active character triggers a swirl reaction while Stormeye is active, their damage and Stormeye's damage will be increased for a certain period of time.
Whoa.
In addition, Venti's normal attacks are converted into Windsunder arrows that pierce through enemies in their path, dealing anemo damage and extending Stormeye's duration.
Oh, so his burst changes his normal attack too. That's so cool.
Interesting.
Oh, that's awesome. Wait, I don't think I've seen that weapon before either. Oh, but it's got a bunch of Cecilias on it. It definitely looks perfect for Venti.
Yep. So that's it.
So my question is, why wasn't this with Venti when he was at launch?
Moving
Hmm?
on.
Whoa. Hold on, just 1 second. Venti has new abilities now. What's going on?
What? New abilities.
Okay.
Come on.
What's going on is that Venti decided to recover some of the power he had hidden away.
Ooh.
He might act like a carefree, alcohol-obsessed bard most of the time,
That's what
but
he is.
that doesn't mean he hasn't been paying attention to the changes happening across Tevat. And as
Okay.
a god with close ties to the Hexenzirkel, he can sense a new threat on the horizon. One that has the potential to endanger not just Mondstadt, but the whole world.
Wow.
And so, in order to face this impending crisis, he felt it was time to reclaim his hidden power.
Okay.
That's right. And to do that, Venti and the Traveler will need to venture to a place that might look familiar. The
Wait, is this
small
a new-
island in Mondstadt that was once blessed
Is this
by
a new
time.
I've
character
been
story
there.
quest for Venti?
This is such a throwback. I mean, I still remember that line. Seeds
Bro.
of stories brought by the wind and
Bro. It's been so long since I've been on that island. Back when I was still back in my honeymoon phase of Genshin. Bro. I remember doing this puzzle on this island too. It's been so damn long. It's been like 4 years or 3 years.
cultivated by time.
Holy shit.
Ah,
Wait.
love that.
Oh, that was
I remember this
foreshadowing
quest.
all along? It's like everything's coming in full circle.
Yeah,
Dang.
true. But with a few added twists, of course.
I'm listening.
Mondstadt and the Hexenzirkel share a deep connection. The mages even signed an agreement with Grandmaster Varka to protect Mondstadt in its time of need.
Ah.
In fact, the
Okay.
mages had a hand in the events we just mentioned between the Traveler and Venti. It all started with Alice and something called the Little Witch's Dictionary, filled with a series of tasks the Traveler is asked to pass along to certain companions.
Oh.
Wait, so does that mean the tasks were designed by the mages of the Hexenzirkel?
That's
Mhm.
right. And after
Wow.
completing their task, these companions will become Hexerai characters.
What?
When at least 2 Hexerai characters are in the party, the combination triggers the Hexerai Secret Right effect,
Okay.
enhancing the party's combat capabilities.
Like
In
what?
fact, the changes we just introduced for Venti are the Hexerai Secret Right effect at work, triggered
Triggering Hexerai. Secret Right enhances the effects of Durin's elemental. What? So it's only a thing with Durin?
by 2 Hexerai characters.
It's
In
only a
this
thing
case,
with
Durin
Durin?
and Venti being in the same team.
Oh.
Ah, I
Yeah.
get it.
Mm-hmm.
What about Mona?
Along with Durin and Venti, additional Mondstadt characters have their own tasks to complete, courtesy of the Hexenzirkel, so travelers can look forward to adventures with several familiar companions.
Yep. Plus,
Oh man. Now I'm gonna have to do this. Because I really like Mona and I like Albedo too. Damn. You're doing shit with my favorite characters in the game. Maybe it's time to hop back in Genshin.
after completing the intro quest from the Witch's Dictionary, travelers will have the chance to invite Razor, Sucrose, or Fischl to their lineup.
Wow. Oh, look at all those familiar faces.
Right?
I know, memories.
Which means, after completing their designated task, these characters can all trigger the Hexerai Secret Right effect to gain new combat abilities.
What?
Whoa, so does everyone have a different task?
Yes, the tasks are tailored to the companions, so it could be anything from an intense
Interesting.
combat encounter to a relaxing outing. For example,
Oh.
Klee's task is to help her adorable Dodoko companion. Once she
Aw.
completes it and is paired
I
with
wanna
another
do-
Hexerai character, her normal attack
I mean, I don't
will
really care about
automatically
this,
trigger
but since I don't have Klee, but I'll read it anyway.
a charged attack as a coordinated maneuver. Plus, travelers can look forward to an optimization in the new version that makes her normal and charged attacks a lot smoother.
Ah.
Each Hexerai character will gain their own special abilities after completing their task. For example, when Albedo's solar isotoma creates a transient blossom after hitting an enemy, it will also generate a silver isotoma, which will no longer be destroyed by monster attacks and can unleash attacks just like the solar isotoma.
Wow.
Super nice.
So that should make it much easier to have one of his flowers on the
That's really good, bro. Albedo is one of my favorite characters. I gotta do this. That's really good. Holy shit. That's crazy.
without
What about
that
Mona, though? I want to
right?
see Mona.
That's right. In addition,
Ah.
Fischl can now provide 2 different team buffs depending on whether your party is Overload and Electro Charged focused or Lunar Charged focused.
What?
Plus,
Mm.
Razor's elemental control will be enhanced, allowing his Overflow Electro Sigils to deal additional damage and regenerate energy.
Just
Oh, come
remember,
on. You
travelers,
gotta show
once
Mona,
you've
man.
completed the designated quest from the Witch's Dictionary, these abilities will only trigger when at least 2 Hexerai characters are in the party, okay?
Okay.
Yes.
Of course, the changes from the Hexerai Secret Rite effect, as well as the adventures to unlock them, go far beyond what we've covered here. So be sure to check them out in-game.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll
These
definitely
characters
check
have
that
been
out.
with us for 5 years, but now it's like
oh my gosh.
it's like we get to see them in a new light, you know? It's almost like they're
Yeah.
growing.
It's almost like buffing old characters makes you want to play the game. You know, kind of like how Fate Grand Order has been doing that for 10 years already.
right alongside us.
Aww.
This ain't anything revolutionary.
Plus, the power of the mages can affect fate, so be on the lookout for changes to these characters' constellations as well.
Well,
I'm sorry? What did you just say?
Oh, be on aw.
They're
Yeah.
growing right alongside us.
Aww.
Yeah. Aw. Plus, the power of the mages can affect fate, so be on the lookout for changes to these characters' constellations as well.
Well, you know me.
Okay.
I'm always down for new adventures with our old friends.
Me too.
Oh, don't
Super
call us old.
exciting.
All right, let's dive into the upcoming event wishes.
Yes.
In the first
Okay,
half of Luna 3,
Durin.
we'll have
Durin
event
and
wishes
Venti.
for Venti
Okay.
and Durin. Plus, a new 5-star sword, Athame Artis, and a new 5-star bow, the Daybreak Chronicles, will be featured on the weapon banner, just in time
So Venti's getting a new buff.
for
I'm
Venti's
dead,
new
bro.
gameplay.
I'm dead.
And the one, the only new 4-star character, Yahoda, will also be available on the first half banners.
Good.
And don't worry, okay? Don't
Good.
worry. We didn't forget to introduce her. That is coming up next.
Yes,
And
definitely.
Oh,
during
yeah,
the
it
second
does.
half of version Luna 3, we'll have returning
Yeah, it
event
does,
wishes for Varessa
a Nemo.
and Shilonen.
I thought she was
Blue
lightning.
Travelers will also get the
Huh.
chance to reunite with familiar Natland characters in this
Nah,
version's
I'm good,
events.
bro.
But more
Welcome.
Don't ever show me another Natlan character ever again, bro. Natlan was scarring.
Back, travelers. It's time to introduce the most skilled. Ooh, she's accomplished with
they are the 5 sinners.
Yup, that's
That
my
should give
girl.
Yahoda a confidence boost. yeah.
Oh, wait, I wanted to ask though, what's the deal with her mechanical arm?
Oh, I know made that for her. I mean, there's a whole story behind it, but I think I'll let
Oh.
Yahoda herself explain that in-game. Wink, wink.
Hmm.
What's the term called in Full Metal Alchemist? The arms that Wendy makes. I forgot what it's called. But whatever that's called. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yep. In any case, that's all in the past now. In her own words, earn well, eat well. That's my motto these days.
Alright, so what's her animation?
Well, now that she has
She's towards super agile in combat. With her elemental skill, she dashes towards enemies, and after striking them, she can
What the fuck?
absorb the elements applied to them to fill her loin treasure flask. Of course, if she accidentally misses her target, she might get a little upset.
Okay, that's so
Bro,
cool.
she's
After
so
hitting
goofy.
enemies with her elemental skill, she puts on her goggles. when she sprints.
I love
That's
that.
funny.
I love that so much. She's so cute. Okay, but back to the treasure flask. What happens when it's full?
Okay, well, Yehoda throws it at her enemies, dealing animo damage. Plus, if your team reaches Ascendant Gleam, the treasure flask will periodically consume the elements within, dealing corresponding elemental damage to enemies.
Ooh.
Interesting.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. She takes what she collects and throws it right back at her enemies. I love that resourcefulness.
Me
She's so
too.
good.
Well, if there's one thing my girl has, it's survival skills. Travelers have seen that for themselves, so she definitely
Does
knows
she
how to be
show-
there for her clients in a
So I'm
pinch.
assuming she shows
Also,
the
Yehoda's
native.
elemental burst deals animo damage and summons a personal coordinated assistance robot that continuously restores HP to the active character. And get this, if the active character's HP is above a certain threshold, the robot will also heal the party member with the lowest HP.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
she's a healer too.
Oh,
That's super useful. I'm like so bad with healers. This
Oh.
is very helpful to me.
Girl, no, she's insane. And
Amazing.
if the team reaches Ascendant Gleam, the robot will also absorb elements from surrounding enemies and convert them into cat claws that deal corresponding elemental damage at intervals.
Wow.
Amazing.
Okay.
With both healing and elemental application abilities, Yehoda seems
That's
like
really cool.
a real team player.
Oh, yeah, for sure. My girl is definitely something incredible.
Still not better than Kazuha though. Okay. So that's pretty much it then. So what we learned from here, I don't know, is just the 2 Archon quests, a Durin character quest, Durin and Hexenzirkel buffs too for characters related to Hexenzirkel. That was actually the most interesting aspect of this trailer, which I'm glad I watched this live stream because I wouldn't have known that otherwise. But yeah, the Albedo buffs look really cool. I really like Albedo a lot, so I'll definitely do that. And I'm very curious about Mona's Hexenzirkel buff as well. And I'll do Venti too, since I already have Venti. So, actually, don't I have every single character? Let me see. Yeah, I have every single character in this list except Durin and Klee. Overall, a pretty solid patch, not gonna lie. It's actually pretty solid. Now, the only main focus I'm gonna be like making content on is obviously the main story. And from the previous story, which was 6.1, the 6.1 stories, the one with Rare's past, about him writing on the paper about him Anakining the children, basically. That was some top tier writing from Genshin. Like genuinely, I'm not even lying. That was some Genshin peak. And I'm not like insulting it or anything, but Genshin hasn't been putting out peak in a long while, so I'm very surprised that it was actually peak this time on 6.1. I hope they carry that energy onto 6.2's quests for sure. So I can't wait to do Act 5 and 6 for Song of the Welcome Moon. And also, I'll probably do Durin's character quest as well. Probably. Because I'm very curious about what else Durin is gonna do. And he's obviously gonna have more interactions with Alice as well. Because I've heard that Alice already has an in-game model. I'm pretty sure they show it in the story quest trailer here in this live stream, but again, I'm not gonna watch the live stream. So all of these characters have a relation to the Hexenzirkel witches. Mona, Durin, Albedo, and Venti, I understand. But Sucrose is related to Albedo, but how does that make Sucrose related to a Hexenzirkel witch? I don't know. Fischl? How is Fischl related to a Hexenzirkel? I don't think I've seen any content about Fischl being related to them. I mean, Fischl is close friends with Mona, but I mean, that's it, right? And then Razor. I mean, the only character that Razor's interacted much with was Lisa. And I don't think Lisa is a Hexenzirkel, is related to Hexenzirkel at all. Unless I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but anyway, yeah. Do look forward to the 6.2 reactions, which is coming on December 5th. I'll definitely live stream them on December 5th for sure. And yeah, we'll see what goes on there. I don't know what's gonna happen in the story. I always like going into it blind, so yeah, do look forward to it. So if you like this video, please do like and subscribe, but only if I've earned it, alright? Peace.